Known as the Queen of the Adriatic, this entire 1,500-year-old city at the mouths of the Po and Piave rivers is listed as a World Heritage Site, and deservedly so.
Beautiful Venice, a city characterized by spectacular canals, romantic bridges and narrow passageways. The minute you see it, you can't help but fall in love with the romance of it all.
The resident population of the islands is only 60,000 people, though that nearly doubles with the number of tourists visiting the city each day. Those with a sense of humour say it's the guests giving the streets and buildings that sinking feeling.
One thing you always hear about Venice is that it's sinking. How true are the facts? I'm not 100% sure. But according to the Venice municipality, the water levels are rising by 4 millimeters every year, which in essence means the city is about 7 to 8 centimeters deeper into the water than it was 20 years ago. Some say it's the result of global warming. Others say a continental shift is to blame. One thing that is definitely affecting the crumbling of the city at the water's edge is the invention of motorboats, which of course weren't around in medieval times.
Legend has it that Venice was initially a refuge for fishermen fleeing barbarian raids. By the 14th century, however, the city's Gothic architecture was known across the civilized world. It was also widely recognized for the Carnival of Venice, held before the Christian celebration of Lent, and most famous for these dramatic creations.
Masks are synonymous with Venice. Everywhere you go, you're bound to see them. This store is one of the oldest in the city, and the mask makers here, or maschereri as they're known, are very revered.
Through almost 6 centuries, these craftsmen have produced a world of different characters. It's still such a healthy part of the Venetian economy that younger people like Tobia Dall'Osto gladly apprentice themselves for the job.
I believe that masks traditionally were worn to hide people's identity and social status.
Yeah, it is true. Well, the history and the tradition of the Venetian mask is really ancient. It started with the theatre and the comedy of art. So, for example, we have the Harlequin, the Pulcinella that comes from Naples. They come from many parts of Italy.
Some were worn outside the carnival at political votes, when citizens had to act anonymously. The Medico della Peste mask began as a doctor's mask to protect them from disease.
Well, I'm really excited because I understand you're one of the few workshops that still make the masks from scratch. Is that true?
Yeah, we are really proud to be one of the 5 in Venice and in Italy to prepare masks from the beginning to the end. But let me take you to the back.
Tobia works at Tragicomica, where his father has accumulated skills and knowledge passed on directly between mascherere in a continuous line dating back to the Middle Ages.
So Lorna, this is our workshop. Here's my father, Walter. He's the master of the shop. He has been working here for 35 years. And as you see, he's preparing the really first step to prepare a mask. He's preparing the sculpture, which is made out of clay. Afterwards, he will prepare the plaster, a liquid plaster, and he will put the plaster on the top of the sculpture. And when it's dry, we take out the clay. We can throw it away.
Can I feel?
Sure.
Ooh, it's quite heavy.
Yeah, it's heavy, it's plaster. Then we will use paper to do the paper mache. We will use first blue paper, and then water, 2 types of glue. We will use also the white paper and the gauze at the end. So after a week, more or less, we will have something like this, which is the real first step to have a mask.
Quello che i nostri antenati chiamavano scheletro.
Oh, yeah.
Che è la maschera prima di essere decorata.
This was called like skeleton by our grandfathers because it's not ready prepared for the decoration. We will cut the eyes here and the edges, and we have to prepare the surface for the color, putting stucco on it. And indeed, we will have something like this one. It's white and ready to be colored.
It must take many years to be able to do this.
Yeah, indeed, the experience of Walter helped him doing all the masks we have here.
There's major competition, as each year around 3 million visitors arrive for the carnival, and the most beautiful mask is judged by a panel of international costume and fashion designers.
It requires quite delicate hands. I'm enjoying my experience here. I think I could possibly be a masquerader. Good, right?
As a historical centre of commerce for silk, grain and spice, all this trade required transport throughout the islands, and gondolas became reliable taxis. The Domenico Tramontine and figli Bochard still build these traditional craft.
We are here in the Square of Tramontine, and the grandfather of Tramontine, Domenico Tramontine, invented this new gondola, the gondola of 9th century, this gondola.
That's amazing. So Roberto's great-grandfather actually invented the asymmetrical gondola.
See?
They are made of 8 different kinds of wood and 280 different pieces.
Matteo, the first thing I noticed is that the gondola is slanted to one side.
The gondola, this is normal size of gondola, and the gondola is 11 meters. It's asymmetric, and in the water stand not erect, but just a little in the right. And this gondola is better for rowing with only 1 oar, because in the canal we haven't a space for 2 oars. This have like 3 meters out of the water in the front of and the back part. This is for turn in the better way.
Oh, okay, so the front and the back are out of the water for easier turning of the gondola.
So with just a little push in the water with the oar, the gondola can turn.
I'm quite fascinated at how the oar is held in place.
Yeah, this is forcola. It's a very important piece because with this, the gondolier with oar, we have every position for rowing and for move the boat in every way. In the first gondola in the history, only the space here for the oar. But now, the forcola have many positions for oar.
Gondoliers belong to a guild which issues licenses only after extensive training and tests candidates on Venetian history, landmarks, foreign language skills, and of course, navigation.
It's quite a skill that these gondoliers have. I mean, one man operating this massive boat, it's about 500 kilograms, and he's doing it so well.
You learn to go with the flow.
We get so close to the wall, and it's a bit scary because you think, oh, the gondola's going to scratch, but he just pushes it off and we keep going.
Lorna had a lot of questions for her gondolier. As many questions as there are canals in Venice. He was about to earn his fare.